Hi everyone, it's Kim here at the Clayworks studio, and we're just going to do a little chat with lovely Heather Goldminc. But I wanted to show you a couple of the pieces that she created recently. These great unicorns and these sheep, aren't they fantastic? And you got this little dog bowl back there. These are some of the pieces that she did just because it was something that was on her mind. She wanted to create. Isn't that fun? Oh yeah, let's look at the sheep. He's so cute too. Anyway, hi Heather.
Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome.
So you like to do, you have your ideas about what you want to create, but then you also, you need to touch clay, right?
Yes.
And you need to build things.
Yes, yes. It gets under your skin, under your nails. It says, I've got something in my head. A lot of things I draw, and that's how we develop the work for Blue Sky. But there are projects you have to do yourself. You have to figure out how that clay is going to turn or how that glaze is going to affect or work. And yeah, the unicorn was one of those weird projects that had to happen. So.
It was fun. It was fun figuring out the coloring and the shapes and the whimsy of it.
And using the pasta maker to make his mane and his tail.
And that dries out pretty quick. The clay when you do that, hey?
Yeah, like you have to know that when you're building and you're going to be using the pasta maker, you've got maybe a 15-minute window for things to really be able to move. And then after that, you scoosh it all up and you roll it out again. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fascinating thing. So we've got a bit of flamingos going on behind you.
Yes, a pretty flamingos. Yes.
Yes. So those are really literally hot. People love those.
Yes. Yeah, we've done so well with her. And one of the very first pieces that we ever did with our flamingo line, she was called the Glamingo. She was the one that was doing her lipstick, and it was a long platter. I think people might remember that. And her character was just so well loved. We just kept adding and adding. So we've got teapots, butter dishes, salt and peppers. So you'll notice that Glamingo got glamarried.
Ooh la la! Look at her.
Right? I mean, if you can snatch yourself a nice little hubby like that. He's a good dresser. He owns his own shoes. Yeah, he's a catch.
It's all about the shoes, right?
If he has leather shoes, you know, take them. It's good. So, you know, so that's really fun. And then she became a huge cookie jar. But really the funnest piece for me, if that's the right word, the funnest.
The funnest.
Canadian for sure.
Oh, we got a unicorn on there.
Unicorn, but this is really fun. This is our Glamingo cake plate.
That is stunning. I love the legs. Oh, everything tastes better in pink.
Right?
True.
Right.
Look at her shoes. Again, shoes.
Right. I mean, if you've got footwear and you've got tights that just go to that wonderful little place on your butt, you wear them.
That's right. Rock it.
Does you rock? That's right. So.
That's right. Oh, so sweet. Those are great. So there's always, your head seems to percolate a lot.
It does.
Percolate's
a great word. Yeah. And sometimes it needs to break after it's percolated for a long time. But the greatest gift I have is that, and people ask me this all the time, when are you going to stop percolating? When is this thing going to stop? And I've looked at them in horror thinking, you've just made it happen. Oh God. But I usually find that if I'm really pooped out 2 weeks away, and then my brain is just back and it just wants to keep going.
So as somebody who works with you, I leave in the evening and I come back in the morning, and you won't believe, like, you sit there and go, how did that happen? How did that design, or how did that color, like, it is magical for me to come in daily to see what has been created, because it just comes. It does just come. And I think I've learned that's the one thing, no longer force it, because, you know, there's times when you've been on deadlines and you have to do it, and sometimes that works. But the luxury I have where I'm at right now with my designs is when it's ready, it's there. And I'll have something in my brain for 2 years to say, I want this to happen, but I can't figure out the mechanics of it yet, or I can't figure out how that glaze is supposed to look. But I have a gift, and I don't know, I'm sure lots of other people that are creators have this. When I see something or I want to create something, I see it completely finished in my mind. I see it. I see it in the box, or I see it with the gold finish on it. But I just get this really quick snippet of what that's supposed to look like. And I think that when my brain says, bingo, it's done, the rest of it just flows off my hands easy. So sleeping sometimes is interesting for you because it just comes, right? Yes. Sleep doesn't come. Yeah.
Yeah, sleep. I'm an insomniac, and I have been since I was a little kid, and I could never, ever turn my brain off. But the one thing I knew is when it was time to choose careers, you know, when you get into high school, it says, what are you going to be? And I thought, I'm not going to be someone that gets up at 6 a.m. to go to job for 9, because I can't do that. And that was a lot to do with trying to make peace with who I am. And I am not an early morning person. So when you go home, say at 5 at night, my brain starts to click at 7 o'clock at night. And that's when that creativity, and I can get more done between 7 and 10 p.m. that I can get done sometimes in 8 hours in the studio.
I am a talking testament of that, because I come in and go, what happened?
Right.
And it's pretty exciting. I think I'm very blessed that I get to come in and see what has happened. And you guys get to see what's finished at the very end. But I have this great privilege of being able to go, wow.
That's lovely. But you know what? Yes, my brain does those things. But if it's not for having people to trust and to sort of say, Kim, can you help me here? Find me this research, do this. That's how we actually run a business. Like, it's not just me coming up with an idea that works really well and it's 6 months later, there's another one. Our responsibility is to be creating these lines, and they have to be cohesive and tell a story, but we also have a buyer for this and that. That's what makes us interesting at Blue Sky.
Yeah.
You can come to us and we can give you this many things. And I think it's our experience that says we're capable of doing that.
Yes.
And that I'm just really blessed with. I've been very blessed to say my brain likes variety.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for 20 years now, it is 20 years, right? Yay, 20.
Yeah.
This is your head, and it doesn't seem, there's no stopping it. And that's exciting.
The unstoppable head is heading to Atlanta this week.
That's true.
You know what? My brain is great. You know, I definitely suffer with neck and back issues and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? It's my brain, and then my happy spot is my studio.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know, it's not like your ideas, as you get older, it's not like your ideas become old or stale or you don't see young things. I love change. I love new. I love what's coming. And that's what's always kept me moving forward.
It's exciting, my darling. Well, Heather Goldminc, congratulations for 20 years.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'm really excited that I get to be part of it all.
I'm very thankful that you are part of it all too.
Isn't that sweet? We're just having a little love fest here. Hi, we love each other.
It's so nice. It's so nice to have someone in here to do it with, because it's lonely, right? And you've got someone to bounce all the ideas off of.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
good for all of us.
It's fun.
All right.
I wish you a great day, you, Heather, and everybody else watching.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Have
Bye.
a good one, everybody.